fuck, that's loud. Probably a little bit too loud. You can't hear it because he can't hear it because technical difficulties is technical difficulties. This,
of course.
This is Nothing Sacred for the fucking, 29th of August 2016.
August, last show in August, man.
I am Cruise Control.
I am Maxwell Silver fucking Hammer.
And this is what it is. Yeah.
The Nothing Fucking Sacred.
The Nothing Fucking Sacred show. Beginning of the week edition, so spread them cheeks because it is the beginning of the week.
Right on.
And you can all go fuck yourselves. Everyone can just go fuck themselves, and yeah, because it's the beginning of the week.
And fuck themselves more. Well, man, now I want an update. Whatever went down with your job? Man?
I am still employed. I'm still employed, so it's all good in that way, which is good. I don't really know what's going on in terms of my schedule, but that's like everyone else. I got that worked out. I think everything's cool.
So no impending threats or any weird
not that
shit,
I can tell, and I've looked at my pay stub, and I am getting what I'm supposed to be in terms of what the state gives me, or not the state, but you know what I'm saying,
what you should get for those who work in your state.
Yeah. So I'm good with that. So everything's fine with that now. It's just work has been just a fucking pain, dude. I'm gonna give a butt unplug, dude. Just
a butt rip.
A butt rip, dude, which is called EA Electronic Arts. They make EA Sports, they make Madden, they make a bunch. Fuck that company. They can go fuck themselves. They're a horrible company.
Shit.
There you go. I'm just gonna let that sit there. They can't release a goddamn game without any issues or promos without issues. Get this for free, and then no one gets it, and they call us up and they're bitching about that. So you can go fuck yourselves, seriously.
So you're getting customers that are bitching about it, huh?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Just seriously, go fuck yourself in a serious way. Yeah.
Crazy shit. Well, let's see, man.
I don't have much to talk about this week. Yeah. Oh, by the way, how's the pap smear going?
Working good, man. I don't know if you saw my Facebook post.
Not recently, no.
Oh, because I put up one today, just talking about how good I feel. It's been about a week now, and I've been sleeping with it regularly, and god damn, dude, it's just weird. You know what you have to do? It's strange because, like on weekends, you're wanting to nap because that's part of the routine. Even though you're not tired, but your mind still thinks, well, wait, what about my nap?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
You're like, oh, it's kind of comforting, like, oh, to lay down and nap, and then you're like, I don't want to. I feel good, right?
Right, exactly. Like, I really don't need to. This is kind of stupid. And like yesterday, I tried to. I came in and I didn't use the machine. I was just sitting here in the chair, and I thought, well, maybe I'll try to nap. And I couldn't for a long time, and I should have just gotten my ass up. But then all of a sudden I dozed off and then woke up, and I'm like, oh, that was stupid.
It's like you're forcing yourself to do something you don't need to do because you're, and that's a funny because it's a Sunday. Because you would think, considering your,
partying.
Yeah, partying on Saturday nights. Like I'm sure, like that. So you didn't feel that bad yesterday, then, huh?
No. I mean, as a matter of fact, dude, I was up at like 4 or 5 in the morning.
Wow.
Yeah, let's see, because I went to what time on Saturday night? I hung out with Mac Metro. We did our usual shit. Which, by the way, I just got to clown a little bit here, man. When you depend on sighted people to find shit for you, you would hope they'd find you the right shit. Mac Metro pulled a graph a little bit, dude. I needed dishwasher balls, for the dishwasher.
Yeah.
And instead, dude, he got me fucking
laundry
tied balls.
Yeah.
Which I didn't even know. I thought, okay, these are dishwashing balls. And then today my cleaning lady came over, and then she sent me a message later on Facebook and was like, those things you got aren't dishwasher balls. Those are Tide laundry detergents.
Had you used them yet?
Fuck no, thank God.
Oh God, yeah. I'm like, oh fuck, dude, you have some Tide.
All my food would taste like fucking laundry soap and shit.
Oh, it'd be awful. It would probably have caused some kind of issue with your because it's not the same kind of soap.
No, that's true.
Well, now you have laundry balls, so you can learn how to use those.
I know I've used them already.
Oh yeah.
But that's the thing. It's like, hey man, this time I need dishwasher balls. Okay, and then of course, then I get 2 bags of them because I'm like,
at least it's something you can use. So yeah,
that's true. It's useful, but I'm just like, God damn it, kind of like reminds me of the days of shopping with Gref, and then he'd get me some shit that I didn't need.
Or
You know?
he'd get you some fucking cheesy fucking gratin potato dinners and shit.
Oh yeah, like the soup I got that one time, dude. That was fucking cheese something, some nasty shit. Dude. So he pulled a Greff, dude. He gets a Greff fucking mark for that one.
A Greff one. So it's working good for you,
But it is working good, man. I went to bed. Like I said, I was up, and then I went to bed about 1 sometime around there, and I woke up. Yeah, it was like 5 something, and I just couldn't get back to sleep. I tried, and I'm like, fuck, I'm up. Let me just do my thing. So yeah, dude, it's been good.
That's
so
good,
I can't trip, man.
That's good, man. So you get all buzzed, and we're like, you put it on, then you get better sleep while you're buzzed, so you don't wake up going. So you probably had a little bit of a hangover, I'm sure, or something, but probably nothing.
More of a stomach hangover, not so much of a head hangover. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mine was more, just a lot of burping and shitting, and the usual stuff that comes with drinking.
Yeah, burping and shitting and flirting
and squirting and pit and splitting.
Squirting and splitting. So yeah, so I don't have that much shit today, man.
Well,
I don't really. It's not like I don't have shit to irk about. It's all the same shit though. World's falling over, blah blah blah.
Yeah, and the same shit all the time on Facebook. People saying stupid shit.
Yeah, and just I'm just just work is just annoying. Some things at work just the corporonicus of everything. But what do you have, man? Let's see what we can work with.
Well, okay. Now here's one thing, dude. I think I told you I joined Toastmasters, right?
Oh yeah.
So there's this Toastmaster group. They're nice people, but again, they're disorganized as fuck. Like, I don't even know who the president of the group is, and that's how disorganized they are. There's 3 possible people that could be the president of that group, that always seem to have lead roles, when I go to the meetings and stuff. Well, I guess and to show you how disorganized they are, when I did my second speech, which was I think at the end of May or beginning of June, and the guy was like, well, he said, bring in your Toastmaster manual and I'll write your criticisms in there. And I said, or your highs and your lows of your speech. And I said, well, that's not going to do me any good. I can't read that, And to be honest, man, I threw the Toastmaster manual away, dude. It was in print. What the fuck's it going to do for me? So I was like, well, can you just email me the stuff? And he was like, well, yeah, I guess I can do that. And so several meetings later, I keep bugging him. Finally, he does send me an email. And, his criticisms were, I think we've talked about it before. The main one was he says I use a lot of filler when I talk. And
and stuff like
so,
that.
and like, and that kind of shit. And, and's another one.
Yeah,
Funny
and,
enough. So, anyway, and so,
yeah.
But, and then the other 2, he said, were facial expressions and gestures, which, are going to be, I mean, obviously I could work on that, I guess, but although it's not really part of my world, I've never seen, that's like telling a deaf person they need to speak clearer.
In a way, it is, especially with, facial expressions, like gestures actually seem more than facial expressions, because you can at least get, don't look like you're taking a shit while you're talking. You can kind of try to focus on that, like your face would be like, ugh! Like maybe you're talking and you look like you just got a deep big log just buried right in your fucking rectum, dude. And it's just ripping the hole in your fucking rectum, and just you're just like, oh yeah. And then when I went to grandma's for dinner.
Yeah, well, so
but the gestures,
gestures and facial expressions.
What the hell gestures are you supposed to do? I mean, it's like, okay.
Well, that's it. It's kind of like he was just saying, you need to do more gestures, you need to do more facial expressions. But again, that's not part of my world, so it's kind of hard to tell me to start doing that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a bit. It's bullshit, is what it is, honestly.
Yeah, it is kind of bullshit.
It's like, oh, we're gonna give you that. I mean, anybody would go, well, gestures, not necessarily going to be important for certain people, or you're not. You don't even know what. Literally, don't really have a. I'm not saying you don't have a concept of gestures. You do, obviously, like wave and that kind of shit, and whatever.
Kinda, but my
even
gestures
then,
are off, though. You know what I'm
even
saying?
then, you're not.
Like,
You don't. So it's not something you can really. It's not. It's just going to distract you from what you're there to do. Speak.
right. Exactly. Like, well, do you want a show? Do you want me to jump through a hula hoop, or what the fuck do you want me to do here?
You know, see, I would just say the gestures aren't gonna. I'm not gonna look at, like, put my hands and like talk with my hands. I don't talk with my hands. You know.
Right.
I'm not gonna fucking be like, yo, and I splend the world and like throw my arms around everywhere. I don't do that. I keep my arms to myself because it's a survival mechanism to keep myself close. I don't. So he would think an intelligent person would go, oh no, okay, that's not. But I mean, because obviously the filler is definitely something. If you're going to do the Toastmaster way and do good speeches, you don't want to have a lot of filler.
Well, I'd like to work on that too.
Yeah,
because I do listen to some shit sometimes, and I'm like, God damn, how many times did I say you know? You know,
we all do it. Like I do. Yeah. Although that's me responding to stuff, but still, you're right. It is definitely something that you can work on. That's like, oh, that's good. Okay, but what gestures and maybe even the facial expressions. Maybe you're not smiling enough or some shit like that. Or like maybe, but still, that's all visual. You're not gonna get that part down.
Right, and my reactions. You know, when I react to things, like when I show anger, it's different than your average sighted person, I think.
I think so too, or at least it's like your face looks a little bit more whatever. Regardless, though, it's like you have to like tailor your face to that. I think though it's interesting enough that the only criticism you had, or main one, about your speaking ability and speaking was the filler, right?
Yeah, and that's a valid one, I think. You know.
Well, yeah, but think about how many other people would need. Like, well, you also need to learn how to like be more. Enunciate better, and you also need to have emotion in your voice. See, so
well, you're kind of walking through where I'm about to go right now.
Oh, really?
Because there's one chick in there. Now, this is who he wants me to. Because I said, well, how do you want me to work on that? What do you think I should do? And he's like, I want you to work with this person. I'm going to have her be your mentor. And I'm like, okay. So I'm talking to her at one of the meetings. And I said, you know, can we meet up next week? You know what I was going to do? I was going to have her come over here and do one of my Facebook videos while she was here.
Okay.
And I figured, and I warned her, I said, you know, the language might get a little rough. She's like, oh, I don't care about that. That's not a big deal. And I said, okay. So, because I figured, hey, when best to catch me doing some public speaking shit when I'm in my, you know, in my fucking, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? In my world, you know,
in
my comfort zone.
Yeah, with comfort zone. Yeah. So what did she say? Did she come over?
No, she did not. Matter of fact, let's see. I talked to her because we had the Toastmaster meeting on that Monday, and I said, you know, let's do something. I said, what about next weekend? And she was like, well, maybe Sunday will be good. And I said, okay, well, call me Sunday, and we'll set something up. She never called me. So then the following Sunday, a day before our next Toastmaster meeting, at like 4:00 in the afternoon, she calls me, and I didn't know the number, you know, so I didn't answer it. And she left a voicemail. And when I listened to the voicemail, it kind of pissed me off. And I was just like, you know what? You know, now, okay, it's now 4:00 in the afternoon. She's got a little time. She can, you know, come over. And, you know, and I was just kind of like, man, fuck it. And so I didn't even bother calling her back, you know. So then the next day at Toastmasters, when we had the meeting, she comes up to me and she goes, so how did she put it? She goes, did I call the wrong number? And of course, you know, it's me on the voicemail. So, you know, I'm like, no. I said, you called the right number, but you had the wrong day. And she's like, well, I'm sorry. I had a lot of things going on. You know, one of those again. I'm Hall of Baze. So, well, she was going to give a speech that night. This is the first time I've ever seen her speak. Okay. You know, she's actually kind of low key, actually, in most of the meetings. Well, she gave a speech, and I got to say, dude, it sucked balls.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, this is who you want to be my mentor?
What was wrong with the speech? Just like boring or just...
It was her way of giving it. I mean, it was like she wasn't confident about it. She wasn't, you know, she wasn't really she was kind of closed-mouthed about it. It was supposed to be humorous, and she was it was kind of hard to explain. It was almost like bees were buzzing around her, almost like she was afraid to really relax or let loose. You know what I'm saying?
So like, and then when Monty went to the store, he said,
Yeah, a little shaky like that almost. Yeah. Yep.
And then she's the mentor for you. Okay.
That's supposed to be my mentor. Yeah. Well, then the other dude who suggested that she's my mentor and everything, I kind of talked to him actually before the meeting, before she even got there. Oh, and there was a lot of criticisms for her speech, by the way. A lot of people had and a lot of them said the same thing I did, that she didn't seem comfortable up there. She seemed very, shaky, and she should relax a little bit and all this and that. So, but before the meeting got started, I'm talking to the one guy who suggested she be my mentor, that she is my mentor or whatever. And I explained the situation, whatever. So he's doing his shit. Well, then he comes up to me, a few minutes later, and he goes, "So, you competing in anything?" And I'm like, "Competing in anything? I didn't even know I could compete in anything." And he's like, "Oh, yeah, there's a lot of stuff you can compete in." And I'm just like, "Well, I didn't know this shit. Nobody tells me this." So it's like, how do you expect me to compete in something when I don't know I can compete in it, or I don't know that it's available for me to compete in?
And you still have no idea who actually runs this thing, really, right?
No, I don't. Like I said, there's 3 possible people. Like, if you were to say who's the president of your group, I don't know. I really don't know. There's 3 possible people.
Wow.
So I thought about it, man, and there's other Toastmaster groups, and since I'm already in Toastmasters, I could actually join another group. So I'm thinking about checking out a few new groups, dude, because this one's just kind of, people are kind of getting on my fucking nerves, dude.
Well, one thing I would suggest, and I know you were going to do this a while ago, is if you want to go to the improv meetup at one time, there's tons of Toastmasters there. They can give you a good group to go to.
Yeah, actually, well, you know which one I'm going to Wednesday? I found one that's and it's not just to meet people to date, but I just thought it's bachelors and bachelorettes Toastmasters.
Oh, goodness gracious! Of course it is.
Well, here's the thing with this, man, because in the group that I'm currently in, everybody's married, and I really, dude, honestly, I've kind of found that I don't really relate to married people as well as I do single people.
Of course, because you're not married.
Right, exactly. Like, they're kind of in their zone, and we went to fucking the Peppermill Resort, and we took the kids, and we did this, and we did, where I just don't relate to that shit, Same way when people talk about when they're talking about kids.
Yeah.
What my daughter did today, it was so ejaculatory. Like, I just can't share the same enthusiasm that they have,
I agree. I'm the same way, so I could see that. But of course, it's like, hey, bachelor and bachelorette meetup.
Yeah, well, we'll see. Like I said, it's supposed to be a Toastmaster group. If it ends up being some kind of fucking meat market with a bunch of desperate jerk-offs, then I may say fuck that.
You may say, hey, I can take a little spin here, isn't it? No.
Well, who knows? Because supposedly it's kind of a little smarter chicks than you'd find on, say, a fucking dating site or something.
Maybe.
Maybe. So, yeah, maybe that's what I'm saying. Maybe. So, I'm checking it out. I'll check it out on Wednesday, and I'll have to let you guys know how it went.
Yeah, definitely on the next edition of the fucking Nothing Sacred show.
Oh, yeah.
We will find out about your bachelorette dating, not dating, whatever, Toastmasters extravaganza, whatever the fuck it is.
Yes, yeah. Exactly.
So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, it should be interesting.
Yeah, did I have something? I just don't. It's weird. I don't have much of anything this week. It's really like just your show this time, man. So it's going to be a small one, but what else do you got, man? What else we got going here? What else?
Well, another thing, I do have kind of an SMJ.
All right, so hold on. Let me see if I can get that up here.
I don't know if will it play?
Well, it'll play, but I don't know.
I mean, it'll play. Well, I won't know if I'll hear it, though.
We're going to find out here.
This is the strangest thing ever, man. All of a sudden...
I'm sorry.
I can't hear them. Well, it's not your fault, man. I'm just wondering what the hell happened.
Where the fuck is it? Oh, shit. Is it not fucking here anymore? Where the hell? Hold on, let me look under my music.
Did it deletify it?
Let me look at my music and...
see if it's in there, huh?
Hold on a second, because you do have an SMJ, so we're just going to try to play it right here, and it's going to see how it works. and
man.
go. Because, come on, fucker. Jesus Christ, here it is. So we got an SMJ report.
Yeah.
Blind man, I'm here. I'm gonna save you.
I'm gonna save you.
Yeah.
Coming. Don't worry. You're in, bud. Everything's all good. Gotta save that blind man. Gotta save him from
Danger.
Gotta save that blind man. Gotta save him from strangers.
Save them that blind. It's done for the SMJ report.
Yeah.
Bitches.
Okay. Well, this was Friday. I was going to Sluggo's, actually. And before they drop me off, they pick up these two women. One's in a wheelchair. And so they get her on the bus. They strap her down, and she's got a friend with her, and her friend's just
strap her down. Sounds like.
Well, they do. That's what they do with the wheelchairs.
Yeah,
they strap you.
They strap the chair down. I get it. Yeah.
Yeah, they strap the chair. Oh yeah, not her maybe.
Strap
well, they
her
do put a
down.
seatbelt across them, I think.
Yeah,
but
strap that bitch down, man. That fat fuck.
Strap it down. Yeah.
Okay.
Strap her John.
Strap her John. Strap her and trap her, and then crap her.
Unwrap her.
Unwrap her like a. Unwrap her and.
Man.
Poke
So
her, crap her. Yeah. Anyway, okay.
yeah, they basically they put her in the bus and everything. She gets on the bus and everything, and they're both on. So we get to Sluggo's, and so I get off, or the driver gets off first, and she's going around to open the door to let me out, and so I stand up, and the woman in the wheelchair goes, or what did she say? Take your time, honey. And I just turned around, dude, and I just said, look, I've done this for 40 years. I think I know what I'm doing by now. And she goes, excuse me. You know, like got all indignant all of a sudden. Like, you just insulted me, and then you want to get mad when I show that I was insulted.
Take your time, honey. Okay, I will.
Yeah,
You're going
it's like,
toward
what,
the back of the bus.
Because you're in a wheelchair? You know? Hey, at least I'm not blind like him. I may be in a wheelchair, but at least I'm not blind like him.
This is probably some old lady just didn't, you know. It's kind of funny though, because you'd think that people in those situations would consider, wow, well, I'm in a wheelchair, he's blind, so maybe I should, because people that say things about people in wheelchairs. Then again, she's probably one of those people that just became in a wheelchair. And it's not,
like newly.
Because I think there's something like where people don't think they're disabled a lot of times. They just think they're old. Well, I am old, so I have to use this chair.
Oh, you know? I see. Whereas opposed to, well, do you think that it has something to do with my age, that I'm younger? So they're like, you know, what's the
No, I think it's just this old people, you know how old people are with blindos, man. It's fucking generation, in their generation, they put the blindos in a place.
Yeah, and I guess they see it as a negative, like, oh,
Yeah.
you're more fucked up than me.
Or
know?
just she was just being, you just turn around and said, fuck you, bitch.
Pretty much, you know, I was just like, look, I'm 40 years old. I think I know what I'm doing. And I said it with just enough, you know,
Yeah.
I said, yeah, I'm 40 years old. I've been doing this for pretty much all my life. So I think I know what I'm doing.
Take
you know,
your time wandering toward the front of the bus. You can stop. I don't have
take
anything
your time, honey. Don't fall. But
Take your
you're right, though, dude. I do get a lot, you know, in the work that I do, I deal with a lot of seniors. And I've had a lot of situations with other seniors that have made comments to me. Like I went to an assisted living one time, and it was for a networking breakfast. And I said, yeah, I'm looking. They have these people out front that are called the ambassadors, which is kind of funny. They're seniors, you know, that are welcoming everybody to the facility. But, of course, they don't let them eat the breakfast. They don't let them come in and be with everybody else.
What? Wait, what?
Yeah. They call them ambassadors. They stand, like, in the front lobby.
Are they actual people that live there?
Yeah, they're residents, and they volunteer to do this. And basically, when people come in for the networking breakfast, they say, hi, welcome to whatever the name of the facility is. And, you know, sometimes they give you shit. You know, they give you, like, a flower.
But they don't get breakfast.
No, they don't let them into the breakfast. Oh, fuck no, dude. They don't dare let them into the breakfast.
Well, so that's a good thing, then.
No. That's what fuckers they are at these assisted livings, dude. Is because they don't want them saying how shitty the place is, or, you know, slipping with a complaint. Because their idea is they're trying to pimp out their facility, and make it look good.
So they don't actually want to actually pimp it out by letting the people who actually live there tell you how it is, because that wouldn't pimp out. That's awful. That's they just like lock them out. Like, you can come and volunteer.
Yeah.
They literally lock them out.
I've seen them do it, dude. There was one time I was, I forget, there was a lot of, it was a small room, so it was kind of some overflow. So a lot of us were sort of overflowing into the lobby area, you know, because we could still hear, you know, what was going on in there with the presentations and whatnot. And some lady like walked over, older lady who lived there, and they were like, you know, Marla, they're having a meeting in there. She's like, well, what are they doing? And they're like, the woman's like, don't worry about it. Just come over here. You know, like trying to get her away from it as quick as possible.
Yeah, we don't want you to actually interact with the peoples. We want you to stay about
just
the meeting, because this is about how awesome our place is. And
yeah, exactly. Because they will talk, man. Those people will say, because I know I've gone to a few and like when they've had health fairs at a few of them, and somebody will say something like, well, you got to, you know, you should try the food here. It's horrible or something, you know, just some shit. Or they'll tell stories. Like I remember one time I was waiting for a bus at one of them, and there were a few old ladies out front talking about, oh, remember that other day when Jim fell down and, you know, I could hear him. He was yelling for like an hour and nobody helped him and all kinds of shit.
Help me! I fell down! No one's telling him. And then those bitches like, oh, I can't do anything. Not my job to do anything about Jim.
Well, I guess all they do is they can warn the staff or whatever, but that's about it, you know.
Just yelling for an hour. Help me! Help me! I can't get up.
He's pounding on the floor and all this shit. So, but I guess my original point with that was there was one time I was going to one of those breakfasts, and this old guy who was one of the ambassadors, you know, goes, oh, well, let me get someone to help you. And I was like, yeah, well, I can kind of hear where they are. I'll just walk down there. He's like, well, I don't want you to fall. You know, shit like that. Like, motherfucker, I'm not going to fall. This is what I've done all my life, you know? But they see it as a you know, well, one brilliant gem that G Motors came up with is, you know, medical or people around medical shit, you know, the medical people usually see blindness as an illness, not as a disability, you know? So that's kind of how that works. That's why they're all like, oh,
it's funny that you just said, fuck it. I'm just going to be like, you know, you could have just like been like, all right, lady. But you're like, you know, I'm 40 and I can do this.
Well, you know what? Because I still feel that some people can be educated, you know, and can learn a lesson, you know. So, and what are you going to do? You're just going to take the dick? I mean, honestly, it's an insult. You know, maybe it's not meant as an insult, but it's still an insult.
Yeah, it is.
You know,
an insult. It is. Take your time, little boy.
Yeah, you know, it's kind of like saying, hey, black man. Hey, you know any slave chants?
Or something. Sorry. Oh, Mister. Oh, don't worry if you need to take your time reading that, Mister Blackman. You know.
I know your people weren't really educated very well.
It's okay. It's okay, little lady. If you take a little bit longer on that math problem, considering, you know.
Right. You know, even though they weren't educated, you know, well, they didn't learn, they didn't know better. Well, you know, things change, man, and you got to learn. You know, it's like, well, do you want to stay stuck in that 1940s mentality?
She probably won't. She probably think, oh, you're just a jerk. I was being nice.
Yeah, that's probably what went through her head. I don't think she learned a fucking thing, but
probably not. Excuse me.
I'd rather be, well, as one of the drivers was telling me today, if somebody calls you an asshole, tell them give you more credit and call you the whole ass instead. Be like, I'm not just a part of it. I'm a whole asshole. I'm a whole ass.
I'm a whole ass. Yeah, I'm not just the whole. I'm an ass.
I'm the complete ass. So don't just name me a part of it. You know.
Yeah, give me more credit than that. So you're just like, bitch. I'm not gonna let you be like, well, okay, it won't take too long.
Yeah, just pretty much.
You should have started hurrying. Oh my God, I gotta hurry. I'm sorry. I didn't realize I was going so slow. Oh my God.
And just start acting out.
And just go, oh my God, I gotta hurry up. I'm so sorry. Oh, I don't know which way. And then she's like, what the hell's wrong with this person? And then she can go, fuck you, bitch. And then just walk out the bus.
Or just walk back towards her like I'm lost.
Yeah, walk back towards her and then feel toward her like, then start making a noise.
And then touch her face.
Yeah, making a noise like,
sorry.
What are you? She's like, what are you doing? I'm hearing my way around.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's fucked up. So, but you know, it's funny shit. It is what it is, you know. So, just kind of clowning. Man, you know, and that's fuck, dude. That's pretty much it. Shit's going.
Yeah, it's just
for me, man. I got nothing really, you know.
A little dose this week of the Nothing Sacred, so nothing really to.
Just trying to keep everybody happy, man, because you know otherwise I'll start getting emails and.
Wow. Well, we'll throw this up and we'll have a little bit this week. I'm sure there'll be more. I mean, there's always going to be more coming up. So that's just keep in tune and keep your fluking and
flukers open. Yeah.
But anyway, whoa, that's loud. Anyway. This has been our half-hour fucking short-ass episode of the Nothing Sacred show for the 29th of August, 2016. We're all happy. Life is good. No big issues. So, hey, that's a good thing. So celebrate that. When you have it good, just enjoy it. Anyway, I'm Cruise Control.
I'm Maxwell Silverhammer.
And that's the story there, bitches. See you later on, you cocksucking motherfuckers.
Yeah, fuckers. Take your time.
Hey.